Quick history check. It's 1927 in the young Soviet Union, and Joseph Stalin is now running things. Stalin is looking over at Europe, and he sees the industrial powers, and he's like, that is what we're gonna do. We are gonna modernize, we're gonna industrialize, and we are gonna compete. So Stalin comes up with a strategy to get this done. It's called the 5-year plan. Here's the thing. Britain and the other industrial powers have about a 150-year head start on the Soviet Union. Stalin wants to get that work done in 5 years. Okay, so I know what you're thinking. A plan this important, this ambitious. Surely there were a lot of experts involved. It's pretty common under dictators for there to be a sentiment of anti-intellectualism, a backlash against formal or higher education, specialized training. Who is most likely to identify corruption or when a leader is making a false claim? Who's most likely to dispute a popular theory or idea? Attorneys, historians, scientists, people with these specialized skill sets are dangerous to dictators. When it was time to plan and execute this 5-year plan, there were a lot of scientists that were like, this is not gonna work. Stalin just got rid of them, sent them to the gulag, surrounded himself with yes men and quack scientists who told him what he wanted to hear. And the common working people are the ones who would end up paying for it. A couple things you might wanna pay attention to if you're reading this for class. First off, in chapter 6, there's a major shift in tone. Check out the first 2 sentences of the chapter. All that year, the animals worked like slaves, but they were happy in their work. That does not make sense. So I think what Orwell was trying to do here is convey what thought suppression feels like. How could anyone say they're being treated like a slave, but they're happy about it? They're starving to death, but they're proud of it. I think Orwell is trying to convey what it feels like, that surreal reality where you can't say what you think, or you can see what's happening in front of you, but you can't acknowledge it. You can't talk about the truth of it. Another thing to notice, remember those earlier chapters where the pigs were like gatekeeping knowledge and education? The other animals don't have access to books. Mysteriously, no one learns to read or write particularly well. The pigs are really starting to utilize that framework. Now that the animals need to mount some kind of challenge against the pigs, they do not have the tools to do so. They have no written records. They don't have enough information to question the pigs' methods in running the farm, and no one can read well enough to know that the law has suddenly been changed.